Okay, maybe we'll go down to the other, the newer place, and see if we can pick these things up here. Yeah, I'm between clothes at the moment, half. Don't know whether just strip off down to my shorts or not. The weather keeps going in and out, and it's quite boggy in this corner here, which is looking out, looking for glids. But probably better to go down here to this other boggy place. If I see any decent plants out the corner of my eye. It's a little bit early in the season, but there was some out here, if I can see them. Usually there are some out here, if you can see them. No. Oh well. They said well, there's one in there. Okay. Maybe we'll just one down here. I'll just go to spot culling and try using the, if I can get down there. It's quite a young plant there, but I put that over there. Does that help you a bit? I don't know. And get all this grass out of the way. Does that help you a bit? I don't know. Does it get a much clearer picture? And where's the other one gone? I've got my foot on it. Oh, I think I trod on it. Yeah, I trod on it. Sorry about that, fellas. So, another one there. And, yeah. Sacrilege, I trod on a glid. And, yeah. They'll get up to 50-cent piece size by the end of the season, but how many will get to that size depends, you know. There's the lawn pinks out there. Well, I suppose we can have a go at photographing the lawn pinks with the magnifying glass. So if I come in and do this, you might be able to see a lawn pink better. Okay, got your fill of a lawn pink there. Now if we come down here, yeah, I'm still on spot colour, and see the screen won't be totally clear. Here we go. We've got some of this stuff in the gibberlite sort of stuff, so we just close in on a few. They're not the most colourful plants, but you know, and they're still in the small stage, sort of almost semi tiddly pop. So I don't know. We'll see. Have we got enough light? Am I really doing it justice? I don't know. Don't forget my lens hood. And yeah. Oh well. Maybe walk back through here, give you some interest. Put this back on, and if I can get it on quickly. Yeah, that's the only thing they have to improve, or I think. We'll just walk back through here and see what we can see, and that'll be the end of the clip basically. So a lot of sclerophyllous vegetation, and presumably a lot of phenolics in the environment. So we're starting to see a tenuous connection starting to form now, and the idea that maybe liverworts are actually high nutrient plants, and that begs the question, well, if carnivorous plants are actually high nutrient plants, why are they carnivorous? There is that connection with Helianthora, because remember I tested, I got some of I run some plants at one of my Carnivorous Plant Society meetings, and of course, people think, oh, because those plants are going to be wasted. But I did get the salt indexes from Heterodoxa, and I think the other one was Newton, so I'd have to check the second one. But definitely Heterodoxa, its salt index is at least 1 1/3 seawater. So what's that saying now is the vegetation on these tepuis, I presume, is very phenolic-y. So you probably can test that out. And by looking at the rock formations at the top of the tepuis, it does seem to be, there is seem that colour connection there. So, yeah. we had this rare form of gazania or something out here, but now they've got this rule. Now they're killing off all the gazanias in the neighbourhood, and I think this one got nuked as well. Yeah, it was a lovely red. Well, it wasn't just red, you know. It was really nice. I have photographed it in the past. I've got some JPEGs. If anyone's really interested, you know, have I got it in my collection, sort of thing. You know, how good was it, sort of thing. I can go back to old hard drives and get you a nice JPEG of it. I think you can see it on some of my videos from previous years, you know, when it was still here. But we used to have a lot of glids in this corner. Don't seem to get them these days now. So, but we're on the end of this 22-year millennial drought that's only, I think, now starting to break, sort of thing. So, you know, from 99 all through to last year, basically. And I think it's breaking now because we've had all these floods over in New South Wales and all these other weather events around the world. So they're probably all interconnected, interrelated. So I think, oh yeah, there's a few up here. So hang on, let's go to... There's a bit of a colourful one there. Now we can get to... So, first this one that's sort of just a general one. If I can get this grass out of the way. There we go, sorry about that. Yeah. How close can I get? Well, this one, there's a few seedlings there, and then we go into... There's probably Zicky saying, oh, is it that simple? Just stick a 4 times magnifying glass in front of the camera and yeah, before you tread on your camera lens hood, yeah, it's fine. So almost did that with my glasses. Came back from WA, went to look at my plants, and my glasses fell off, and as I was moving forward, went straight under my foot. What are the odds, eh? And there used to be some up here too, so you find the odd occasional one. Yeah, little tiddly pop ones here and there. Not the best. Oh yeah, here we go. So, yeah, not oh, they're very small. Yeah, they're very... Oh, look at these tiddly pop ones. Can I use that and put my finger at the same time? Yeah, I don't know. Right, little fingernail. So that's almost as small as the smallest sundew in the world, which is apparently Drosselmancara. Between Drosselmancara is a full sundew at that size, you know. So yeah, doesn't grow any bigger than what it gets to, whereas that grows up to be 50 cent size, 50 cent piece size. Oh, a few here. The trouble is when you go in you lose the light, unless if we had a much brighter day I suppose it would be better. But anyway, pause the screen at your leisure, sort of thing, and we'll probably come back to these, you know, later on in the season, sort of thing. Go back to normal 49 area. So we go down and see what the pooling is like up here. If I can get this damn thing on, there we go. Yeah, back vistas. And yeah, my son used to take that path to walk to school. See what the drainage is like down here this time of year. I'm always ever hopeful we might get a few glids down here. Maybe one day. Maybe I might have to scatter a few seeds. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's quite boggy down here, so you think, you know, it would be a nice test bed for a few ideas, sort of thing. But you never know. I've got to extend my ideas a bit more now, and it would be nice to get everything growing in dynamic lifter because it's fairly cheap. It's a waste product. It's fermented chicken carcasses. So once they've got all the breasts and basically it's all the giblets and other stuff, and they just sort of ferment it, sort of thing. So I believe that means it's it's like an anaerobic sort of process. So yeah. Anyway, I like this. I wouldn't mind having a property with this sort of look and feel all year round, basically. But yeah, I think fairly shortly the whole bloody scene's going to change, and it's all going to be what took you so long, I think. Yeah, we get the green light and it's all goes, I think. Yeah, you can see the grey skies coming in. It's going to bucket down, I reckon, so better get home before that. Cameron doesn't like the wetness, Yeah, poor old, what's his name, dropping his camera in a creek line or something on one of these Nepenthes mountains or something, jaunt he was going on. Oh, can you imagine that? God, he must have felt smaller than 2 foot small then, but hopefully we can stop all this having to go out to the wild, looking at all this stuff and buying all these books of pictures of plants from the wild. You can actually start growing the plants at home, better, faster, more colourful than they grow in the wild. Because I think, as I said, they're probably actually high nutrient plants. Yes, they don't like salts, but then again you've got all these incongruencies, like you got little micro sandfires growing right next door to glids and things like that, which I photographed in the past. Well, how do you explain that? That's a sandfire, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little sandfire, a micro sandfire, but it's a sandfire. It's in the same genus and family. Surely it's a true halophyte. It's a sandfire. Every time you put your hand up about salt, some sort of clandestine salt connection, you seem to get so much pushed back and pushed down. I mean, you think, yeah, some people must know more than they're letting on. You go out all these nurseries and you see these plants, and they're decent looking plants, and in amongst the base of the pot there are lots of liverworts, and you're thinking, Now we make the assumption that liverworts, just because they're low order members of the plant kingdom, doesn't necessarily mean that they're nutrient poor plants, just because they got poor developed root systems, evolutionary wise, and bizoids at best, I suppose. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're not high feeders or something, gross feeders, I think is the term they use. So yeah, might explain, apart from poikilohydry, why they can grow so fast. They're not necessarily just pumping themselves up with water. 1,000 times better, wetter poikilohydry. That's why the liverworts can go dormant and come back within a week. As we've shown in some of the early videos of the season. You go out there and basically there's nothing there, and within a week of the rains coming, you've got all these liverworts there. Because they're coming out of dormancy. It's like a resurrection plant in a way. So, and oh yeah, looks like the onion weeds are on the John Wayne, so soon they'll be going dormant. But they do have a slightly glaucous look to them too, so that's why I like them. So anyway, time to go home. We have a nice warm cup of coffee and watch the deluge come in, I suppose. I've got to make that other pot up, a larger version, a 1.5 litre version of dynamic lifter sort of thing, and put all the various plants in and see how they react. So be interesting to see what happens. But I think we're learning from the bush, and I think we've got some connections. You've got to look at the phenolic content, because that's sort of a bit like relating it to the lignin content So you might want to look into tea tree, peat, tea tree fines and things like that. And I think you can buy a tea tree down at the local highway, so eventually I might get to that later on in a few weeks' time. I might try some tea tree peat or something and see if that's got even a higher phenolic content. You might even want to try phenolic acid or something, you buy down the shops in the detergent aisle or something like that. I don't know. Is that what all this floating the cuttings on water is all about? It's not actually water. They've got some sort of phenolic compound in there or something, and they with a bit of jigger pokery going on there, and yeah. So oh yeah, the Hardenberg is still in flower. They do flower for a long time, you know. So we're just in the beginning of September now. So let's try the magnifying glass on these now, on spot cullen, even though they are, unfortunately it's windy, but I don't know. Is it any good? I don't know. Are you getting anything out of there? Looks good in the magnifying glass if you can pick up what I'm seeing. Or yeah, if we can pick, you can get the light on it. Oh, it's too windy. Too windy, I think. Sorry, fellas. Mother Nature's got me again. Oh well. At least it'll be something for next season. How about that when we get going? But oh, hello. Here you go. Yeah, be something for next season. But I think it's going to be all. I reckon I won't have enough hours in the day next season. I think it's going to be all go, and it's just going to be buying in seed after seed after seed after seed, and going down buying pots of this to test out, pots of that to test out. It's just going to be go, 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 I think. If it turns out to be we can grow things in dynamic lifter that shouldn't be growing in dynamic, you know. But yeah, I'll have to go online on YouTube and see if I can find some Don Burke clips. I think he said that blood and bone burns, but dynamic lifter doesn't. Because I think dynamic lifter is fermented or something, so something to do with the phenolics, I would say. Oh, here, to end the clip here, this will be a treat if I can get the magnifying glass to work. Now this is your tea tree here. Now if I can get this to work with the magnifying glass, you're in for a treat. Oh, bugger, there's something on the bloody magnifying glass. Oh no, it's a chip, I think. I've got a chip or something. Oh, it was only a few dollars, but still, how did I get a chip on there? One of the rocks out there or something? Bugger. I'll have to go and buy a new one now. Oh, it didn't last long. $3.45 I think it was, or something like that, so I don't know. Oh well. Bugger. Keep going. See what we do. Anyway. Is it? Yeah, it's some sort of chip or something. I think it's a chip. Maybe it'll come off with a, you know, Granville, fetch your cloth. Yeah. You can get on here. Anyway, that's about it for this